Hello and welcome to My Reefers. I'm Scott Anderson, and it's almost summer in northern Colorado. It's about 95 degrees out. Who knows what the sun's like? So let's go inside in the air conditioning and work on the tank. After 3 weeks of quarantine, the powder blue is ick-free and ready to go into the main display. Since the quarantine is going to be empty, clearly I need another fish. So the powder blue is being acclimated for the big tank upstairs, and I've got a brand new Desertini Tang that's going into the QT. This Desertini Tang is the exact opposite of an impulse buy. I've been wanting this fish since February. In fact, these pictures are from when I first saw him in February. So now that the powder blue is done acclimating to the big tank, it's time for him to go into the big tank. I like to just take my hand, grab him out of the bag, and stick him in. You can't do this with every fish. The ones you can, I find it to be much safer than using a net. And once the Desertini was done acclimating to QT, I did the exact same thing. I stick my hand in, scoop him out, and release him into the quarantine. I really like to use my hand. It's much less stressful to the fish, and the fish doesn't get caught on the net with its spines. I'd much rather have him poke me than get caught on the net. It took about a day for the Desertini to adjust to the QT, but you can see this is a really good sized fish. He's probably about 7 inches long. He's absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is my favorite kind of fish to get. This was a trade-in at the LFS. Now, the interesting thing here is I have a purple tang in my display, and this Desertini will be going in there. The problem is you shouldn't mix zebra soma tangs together. Well, the plan is to have multiple zebra somas in the main display, so hopefully I can get Pinky back in there. So with the purple tang, the Desertini, and Pinky, that should be a pretty good shot at having a bunch of zebra somas in the tank. I'm also thinking about getting a couple more, including another purple tang, but I haven't decided. So now it's time to plumb in the calcium reactor that we got from Great White Aquatics when they went out of business. This is a My Reef Creations 4-inch dual chamber calcium reactor, and the build quality on this thing is awesome. So step one, I've got to pull the old Coral Life unit out and get it cleaned up. One of the great things about working on the calcium reactor that you don't care about is I can sit back and have a beer while somebody else does all the work. Bring it down. Come on, you're slacking. When I bought this calcium reactor, it wasn't stock, so I added some mods. I added a union fitting and a pH probe and some push connectors to make this thing a lot better. The pH probe will give me control of the amount of carbon dioxide going in, and the push connectors will make it much easier to service. To make sure everything would work properly, I went ahead and put an old mag float in a bucket of water and ran the whole calcium reactor on water. I then adjusted it and tightened everything up and got rid of all the leaks. With all the leaks fixed, it was time to plumb everything into the system. My Reef Creations recommends that you use a MaxiJet 1200 to power this calcium reactor. I teed into my protein skimmer line, which will have plenty of power. I've got lots of extra tubing, which looks a little ugly, but it's going to be really nice in the future so that I can pull the calcium reactor out of the way in case I need to work on something without disconnecting the reactor. I've also got plenty of hose, wire, everything I need, so this thing should be easy to service. I'm really liking this calcium reactor. In the future, I'll make a long-term review of how this calcium reactor works. So there we go. That's what I've done over the last couple days. Now, about the zebra soma tanks. First, is a purple tang a good idea? Would you guys like to see 2 purple tanks in my tank? I think I can get another really nice one about the size of Donatello for about 150 bucks if he's still there. I do have to convince my wife that it's a good idea to spend that much money on another fish. Or am I completely insane? Should I not be messing around with this? Is my Sailfin and yellow tang and purple tang and whatever else I throw in there gonna fight and go crazy? Well, we'll find out. So like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think the tangs are gonna do, and we'll find out for real in the future. Thanks for watching.